Hello everyone and welcome to the November 2018 Greater Fort Walton Beach Chamber of Commerce Business Forum right here on Channel 6. I want to thank our good friend RJ Murdoch from EmeraldCoastTV.com for filming today's episode. And folks, are we in for a treat? My good friend Dan Robertson is here from Vensure. He's the Vice President of Sales. Dan, it's exciting to have you.
Glad to be here, Ted, as always. I appreciate you having me.
We've known you a long time, and your company and you have done the chamber payroll as long as I've been there. 14 years, which is absolutely fantastic. It's seamless presentation. So let's talk about Vensure to start off. What are they besides a payroll company that I know them as?
Thanks. Vensure is an HR outsourcing firm. Basically what we do for companies, small to mid-size, we solve problems in the areas of human resources, workers' compensation, safety and risk management, employee benefits, and payroll administration. Our goal obviously is to increase profitability for the business, improve the productivity of the employees, reduce the time they spend on transactional HR or employee stuff.
Got it.
By joining with us, they reduce their employment liability, they have a partner there, and ultimately we're trying to lower their labor costs. Does that make sense?
I do, and I love the air quotes too. That was well done.
You like that?
so it's great. It's great. I love Vensure because again, in the 14 years I've been at the chamber, never had a problem. We have never had a problem with any of those aspects. We've hired people, we've had payroll, we've had issues of training things, etc. It's been absolutely seamless. So I've always loved it.
Thank you.
But let's talk about Vensure because Vensure, the name is new in town. It's been about 2 years. So let's talk about Vensure, this corporate window of Vensure.
All right, I'll be as brief as possible. Vensure is a national PEO, an HR outsourcing firm, like I said. They're based out of Phoenix.
Right.
They have offices in Hawaii, Atlanta, and now Florida, here in Fort Walton Beach. And we're glad, been about 2 years here in Fort Walton Beach. Happy to be here. They are probably the 5th largest in the country as far as handling payroll, with a workers' comp background as well. They handle around $3 billion in payroll nationwide. They operate in 48 states. So that's a little bit about what Vensure's doing, and they're growing quickly.
Boy, they certainly are. It's Hawaii and Fort Walton Beach. Remember, what was the other one? Atlanta, yeah.
And Phoenix is the corporate office.
Oh, Phoenix. So we're in the we're in the big boys here.
That's right.
So why'd they come to Fort Walton?
Basically, they bought a PEO, a company here that was in Florida.
All right.
They did not have an office in Florida, which they wanted badly. PEO industry in Florida itself is very competitive.
I see, okay.
So they wanted a presence here, and Fort Walton Beach had a presence of PEO industry, HR outsourcing industry, as you've had your payroll with me for a lot of years.
Right, yeah.
So it was the perfect choice, and they're happy to be here.
Yeah, and speaking of happy, what a great group of people that work there. Besides you, and you're fabulous. He is. The other people are really cool folks, right?
They take good care of us. So they bought a PEO here, like I said. They've also bought 7 more nationwide.
Wow.
So we get together quite often. I go to Phoenix quite a bit, in Atlanta. Lots of good people. I get to meet countrywide, basically dedicated to serving and helping clients.
So what do you think is the benefit of someone like yourself? You're very personable, Vice President of Sales. I mean, you're talking about a lot of detail. What is one of the 1 or 2 things you really like about your job?
My job is obviously I like to help business owners.
Right, there you go.
They typically don't go into business to worry about government regulations, payroll, taxes, things like that. They want to focus on what they do, whether that be pest control, construction, white collar, but they know that industry, they went to school for that, but they don't know all the other things that come along with having employees.
So therefore, that's your job. If someone's watching this right now, not if somebody, the tens of thousands that are watching this right now, that is the reason why they want to go to Vensure, because they get to concentrate on their main focus, and you folks take care of all the technical stuff.
Correct, all the employee stuff.
Yeah, I love it. And you chatted about a survey that occurred, which I thought was really cool. Let's talk about that survey, why it was done, and what some of the results were.
So a recent national survey of business owners, I think it was 600 to 700 business owners, small to mid-size, and what was important to them in the upcoming election. The 4 major things were economic growth, taxes, healthcare and healthcare reform, and then government compliance and regulations. All 4 of those things are typically, we can assist companies with all 4 of those things. So nice fit for us in the poll, basically, letting business owners understand why they should outsource.
Yeah, absolutely. So economic growth was the first one, then taxes, and then healthcare, and all of those right here in our community. Certainly the economic growth, the Fort Walton Beach community, the Emerald Coast is doing well, right?
Absolutely,
so,
absolutely.
And healthcare, huge in Okaloosa County.
It is, and may I talk a little bit about what we do for healthcare for companies?
Absolutely.
So we have joined forces with a couple of national companies, two of the largest benefit-only companies in the United States. One is Key Benefit Administrators, and the other is One Digital out of Atlanta. So what it does is it gives us access to better rates on fully insured health care.
Got it.
To give our clients access to that. I mean, we can start basically from minimum essential coverage for healthcare reform for ACA compliance, clear up to fully insured products, to level funded self-insured products for clients. Whatever they need, we have it. Any benefit that you name, it's available through us for our clientele. So basically, they get their payroll done in one place, they get their HR done, their work comp in one place, and their benefits paid for, all with one invoice. So one check, all that's paid for.
I love it, Dan, and because I mean it's very technical, and I think the point you mentioned earlier, a company like RJ's here at EmeraldCoastTV.com, or some of the smaller businesses in Okaloosa County, is just that. I mean, here's somebody who knows this inside and out. Hire them, let them take care of that technical stuff, and let them concentrate on running the business.
At least 1 in 12 people worldwide are basically paid by an outsourcing company.
I'll be darned. All right then. Yeah. So again, folks, chamber members or anyone watching the show here today, contemplate getting in touch with Vensure. The information's on the screen. I have no doubt that RJ's added that. You have an office, a brand new building over there on Hollywood.
Yeah, we're so excited. Happy to be there. Thank you for the ribbon cutting.
Yeah, it was
well attended and fun. We want to make sure that we have a local presence for our folks here. I mean, I've been a chamber member a long time, and it's important people know here locally that their payroll is being processed locally. So if something would go wrong, doesn't happen often, but if something goes wrong, we can fix it in a heartbeat. If there's a hurricane, we don't have to go through Memphis or FedEx to get our checks delivered to you. Your checks are being produced locally. So yes, we wanted to definitely have an office here locally.
There you go. And that is, again, we're so honored with the corporate offices and have them open up in Fort Walton Beach. I mean, what a great thing to have a worldwide company here in Fort Walton with someone like yourself and your staff taking charge and looking out for the companies here in town. It's a wonderful thing. Speaking of wonderful, you know, each and every year for the last couple of years, you've sponsored the January First Friday Coffee Hour kickoff to the year. Tell me some reasons why that's been beneficial for you.
Well, we love the January event in particular because of the installation of the new officers. We get to see the old going out, the new coming in, of course. But particularly, it's the best way for us to brand. Vensure doesn't have a big name here yet. We do nationally, but not here locally yet. So we feel it's the best way to brand our company locally, with your help.
Yeah, well, it really is. I mean, it's a great way. Again, it's January. It's right after the holidays. It is the installation banquet for the Chamber of Commerce, where Nick Chubb, our 2018 chair, will turn over the gavel to Matt Turpin, who's our 2019 chair. There'll be the opportunity of promoting Vensure on the tables and just reminding them, hey, it's a new year. We're here to help. So you did, a couple of years ago, you did that delightful video, which is still being used. It's fabulous. What do you got this year? Anything fun for the group?
We do have another video.
Really? How exciting.
It won't be quite as light. We want to give a little bit more information on Vensure. We're still branding it, as I talked about. It'll be a little bit light and we'll have some fun, but there is a new video that we will be showing this year.
All right then, and your friend who's the lady from Georgia so delightful that comes in?
Oh, Karen Tedesco.
Yeah, Karen.
She enjoys the event.
She was here last year, so we're always honored for that. Dan, when you and Karen are helping promote the January First Friday Coffee, it's just a great kickoff, and I'm really excited for our chamber members to learn more, as we have learned here today, about some of what you folks do. So what do you think is the most important aspect of, is it the HR or the payroll, or is everything equally important?
It depends on the industry that the company's in.
All right.
Obviously, if it's construction, it's going to be workers' compensation. It's probably going to be their strong point. They have a big down payment to secure the coverage. They have audits they have to do. With us, they don't have to do either one.
Got it.
Basically, we have 10 different work comp master policies in different carriers, A-rated carriers that they have to choose from. Again, based on their industry, we put them in what's the best fit.
Nice.
So if it's a white collar, it's going to be HR and healthcare related. It just depends on the industry.
Good stuff then. And on the healthcare, that's a huge one nowadays. Let's talk about that. I mean, is it settling into a groove? Do people understand it?
No, they don't understand it.
I didn't think so.
No, it's hard for our experts to understand at some points, but they do. But no, people still don't understand Affordable Care Act and all that comes with it and what they have to do to comply. So we like to think we're a big help in that area.
Yeah, I mean, because it's so important, and the benefits. Now, do you offer the insurance itself, or offer a guidance on that for people to help on the health insurance?
We offer health insurance, we offer dental insurance, we offer vision, supplemental, disability, life, 401k. Like I said, all benefits can be accessed through us, and then of course, we help them with the assistance in the regulations that Affordable Care Act brings with it, the reporting that they have to do. We do that for them.
Oh, that's so really, let's state the obvious here. This is a turnkey operation for any business out there if they're dissatisfied with their current company, or they have a collection of different odds and ends of folks helping them, or they're just starting a business. I mean, you take care of all aspects of everything. So again, I can't emphasize enough, they just have to concentrate on taking care of their customers.
Absolutely. And a new business has a lot of cash flow going out at the beginning, and cash flow is king for a new small business. It's the number one thing that they have to worry about. So we typically put these things in place for them with no money down. So they have a payroll provider, an HR provider, a workers' comp policy, and benefits if they need them up front, in one place, again, with no money down, which assists them with their cash flow problems up front as a new business.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. So is there a certain number of employees that they need to have as a minimum, or can you just, what's the minimum?
Typically 5 employees.
5
is the
employees.
minimum. If it gets to be in a high-risk construction, we're probably going to be looking for closer to 15 employees.
Got it. Okay, so it still is proportionally a small number of employees that you can help out and obviously climb from there. Dan, it's been delightful to have you. Anything else you want to just kind of wrap up on Vensure? It's been very inclusive.
I guess basically, again, we want to say that we are proud to be here in this community, and we wanted to have a local presence, and we appreciate all that everyone's done for us here, including the Chamber. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, Dan Robertson, a great guy, folks. So if you need any help, not only from Dan as the Vice President of Sales, but any aspect of it, I highly recommend you call the number that RJ is going to somewhere drop here, somewhere on the screen, I have no doubt, like maybe right here or over here or something. But call that number or contact the Fort Walton Beach Chamber of Commerce, and we'd be happy to help you. And come to the January 1st Friday Coffee. It's that first Friday in 2019. Crazy that we're thinking about the holidays in 2019 already, but it's upon us.
January 4th.
January 4th. So Vensure will be the official sponsor of that great event. We couldn't wait. We're looking forward to the video and all the cool stuff. So Dan, great to have you. Thank you for Vensure. Welcome to the community. We're honored to have you. And thanks again for RJ Murdoch sitting right over there, doing the great job with the camera. So stay tuned, everyone. We're coming right back with our friends from Resort Quest to talk about vacation rentals. And once again, look for Dan Robertson, January 4th, 2019 at the Greater Fort Walton Beach Chamber of Commerce Installation Banquet.